Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. So, I'm your wife, Sarah, and I'm going to be interviewing today. Can you kind of tell me a little bit about yourself, like what your name is and where you're from?
Yes, my name is Ambrose Isaiah Martinez, and I'm from born and raised Albuquerque, New Mexico. Me and my wife moved to Seattle for 2 years, 2018 to 2020, but basically born and raised here in Albuquerque.
So, you would definitely consider yourself a Puqueño.
Burgueño for life. Burgueño por vida.
um, so, can you kind of tell me a little bit of what you do for work and what your hobbies are?
Yeah, so I work at Studio Southwest Architects, which is near Old Town. Um, I been working there for since 2016, and then when I moved in Seattle, worked at a firm there, and then came back. They hired me back, so I'm working for them again. Went to school for architecture. I'm an undergrad and grad school, and my hobbies. I like to, listen to music, play guitar. I love football. Go Packers. Love to go to the lake and jet ski. Love to snowboard. Um, Love to go hunting with my father-in-law and my dad and my uncles. Um, Love spending time with my family, having a good time. Can never go wrong with a good party. And then love spending time with my wife and baby girl, and going on walks and checking out the bosque. So
um, when you were talking about how you went to UNM for undergrad, you also did your master's um, degree in architecture, but you did take music classes as well,
yeah,
right? Grad music classes.
yeah. Well, I took music classes in undergrad and grad school. I was actually 8 credit hours away from a minor in music, but had to finish the main one first, and so never got to complete that. But yeah, I basically took a lot of music classes as my electives, music and art classes, I should say.
Because you have like a pretty big passion for the two.
Yes.
Okay. Um, so talking about music, kind of like what got you into music?
Well, really started when I was young with my brother would always listen to hip hop a lot, so I grew up listening to hip hop like No Limit, Eminem, Clips, Biggie, stuff like that I really got into. Um, and then actually, when I was younger too, probably like elementary, sixth grade-ish, um, I heard a song by Sublime that one of my cousin's boyfriends at the time showed me, and I fell in love with making beats and stuff when I was at a young age. Had like this little piano I'd do and record stuff on. It was really fun at the time. So that kind of got my music ball rolling, and yeah, and then it just started growing after that.
So, is this correct? Your uncles have a band in Albuquerque, and then your grandma and your grandpa also sang as well, right? So, do you think that influenced you and your likes for music?
Yes and no. They like at the time now I love New Mexican music. When I was young, my uncles are the Los Garapatas, and then local band here, which pretty popular local band. Um, and my grandma and grandpa like to sing and mariachis and stuff. So, but as growing up, I wasn't into that music per se. So, not that they weren't an influence, or I didn't get my love for music from them, but I would say there's other factors as well.
That being said, can you kind of talk about the bands or the musicians that did influence you?
Yeah, so, well, I kind of talked about the hip hop early on, but what first made me grab a guitar was I listened to I heard the song Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes, which everyone knows that they played at stadiums and stuff a lot. That dun 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 dun.
Definitely know that song, yes.
So when I heard that, like, I was so intrigued, thought it was the coolest thing ever. So I asked my mom for a guitar for Christmas because I wanted to learn to play that song. So that was my first experience with that, which I learned. And then after that, that was around 8th grade, and kind of same. Maybe after 8th grade, but during around that same time too, a kid in my class, his name was Colin Hendricks, and he had this System of a Down CD that we used to listen to, or he used to listen to on those old school Walkman CD players with the marker writing on it.
Yes.
And I asked if I could borrow that CD, and I was just blown away with System of a Down. So that was like my main band for a long time, and then I started branching off to listening to like Slipknot and Korn, who were also I couldn't stop listening to either. I was just the energy and what they brought to the table. I was listening to all the instruments and just got me really excited. Then I started exploring more, listening to more music, and got into the hardcore punk scene that kind of became popular in the 80s, somewhat late 70s, but mainly 80s. So I heard bands like The Germs, Minor Threat, Bad Brains, and again, just so intrigued by their guitar playing and the music, and just got me super excited. So again started exploring more, buying all kinds of CDs, started collecting CDs. Love bands like Joy Division or Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then even going to other genres where I was loving Johnny Cash and Ray Charles and rock and rollers like Chuck Berry and Buddy Holly and Richie Valens, and just exploring anything I could get my hands on, really. Reggae and all sorts of different genres, that just something to find good music. To me, if it's good music, I loved it, and jammed out to Sublime a lot too. So those are probably what I mentioned, the bands are main influences, but a lot of music in general, like good music that I listen to, has made me more passionate as well.
So all that being said, is that how and why you kind of started writing music, and when did you actually start to write music or raps?
I started off, kind of writing like hip hop songs. This probably started like freshman year in high school. I was making music or like messing around with beats and stuff before that, but as far as writing, probably around then. I hadn't really written though, like it would just like be jotting down stuff, but I hadn't written like and composed a song probably till college. So I wrote a bunch of stuff. I would say it started then, but actually writing and then putting like music to it and lyrics to it and composing it and actually like performing it, it's probably around that time, say freshman, but then really writing songs in college.
And do you still write music now?
Yes, I wrote my most recent probably like last year. This year's been a little hectic and busy. Haven't wrote too much yet, but recently I have. I'll talk about some of that later. But yeah, still trying to keep doing it and keep my creative mind like kind of flowing, because I do enjoy writing and making music.
So one of the main reasons we're sitting down doing this interview is because you've been working on a music project for the last 3 years or so, and you started this project in Seattle. Do you think you can kind of elaborate on what this project is and what it means to you?
Yeah, so when we moved to Seattle, it was definitely a big change for us. But I don't know what it was, but I walk to work every day. So I'd walk around and kind of be immersed in this whole new world, this huge city, and these new people, and just I was kind of very aware, more than I would say than I was in not that I'm not aware in Albuquerque, but you're just more on your toes when you're at somewhere that you haven't been before, and started seeing like a lot of homeless, more than usual that I'm used to. Um, and anyway, so I'm seeing all these new things around me, all these noises and sounds and visuals, and I don't know, it came upon me, but I just thought of this idea, like, wouldn't it be cool to kind of put this like visual art music thing together with like writing music, composing music, and putting it with kind of these things I see every day, and these people, these structures, these items, whatever it may be, and kind of just create this environment and this emotion and this experiment through this kind of short visual music video per se. And I just thought it'd be a cool idea to do something like that. It's kind of different. It definitely was an experiment, but one I just wanted to try, and it just kind of started snowballing after that. And I just started recording clips everywhere, or everywhere I walked to, when I was walking to work or on my lunch breaks, and then taking photos, and then coming back to my computer and like looking at these videos, editing them, adding visuals, and then like figuring out music that would kind of go with these visuals and strike emotion for people, or whatever. So it was an experiment, but an experiment I thoroughly enjoyed, and I felt like pushed me a little, to kind of not just my creative side, but just like way I could kind of play around with music. It's not your typical like 3-minute song, like it's supposed to be kind of this one art piece. So yeah.
So you would consider this project not just music based, it's an art piece associated with it as well, right? It's not.
Yeah, I would say like an art visual.
Okay.
Like some people call it like sometimes people put installations or whatever, visual projections, and it kind of goes with whatever they're maybe it's on a structure or something, whatever. So yeah, it's something like that, because I mean I did break it up where you could listen to one song if you wanted to, but it's intended to watch as one whole piece. And yeah, it's supposed to be like a visual art music piece that people probably will interpret different for each individual person.
Which is art. I think that's very normal. So that's kind of wrapping up the interview process right now. Is there any last minute things you want to add or talk about?
No, just I want to let people know I'm gonna start posting this project. This project is the first big thing, and I'm gonna have some stuff on video to show you guys. That will probably be on YouTube, maybe some hard copies you guys could get that I want you to check out. But this is like an ongoing thing I want to do, and probably be posting more music and stuff that I come up with, or art on YouTube, or might be posting some stuff on Instagram. But just want to let people know to check it out, and we'll appreciate the love, and hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. So,
do you have a drop date of when you're going to release this project you've been working on?
Not yet, but it's gonna be soon. I'll let people know.
So stay tuned, everybody. Thank you so much, Ambrose.
Thank you.